So one of the tools that I've used forever is my customer care box. Now, some of you are saying, oh my goodness, Lindsay, you still, use a box. How archaic. I have something for all of you techies though also, so hold on to that. But I have always used the box. It was easy for me, and the joke was if the house was on fire, as long as I got my box out, my business was going to be fine. So I got this. You can get this from any local department store. You can get it from your local office supply store. I liked the 5x7 size because I write really big and I take a ton of notes, but they do have several different sizes here. I think they even have a great big one too. The second thing that I needed, though, I actually had to get from Amazon.com. And I couldn't find it at my local store. Maybe you can check there first, but it was monthly tab dividers for my index card box. And I could find the numbers and I could find the alphabet, but I couldn't find the month. So good old Amazon.com helped me out with this one. And then, of course, your index cards. All right, so the way that I made this, the way that I made this work for me was at my parties, when I had my ladies filling out their order forms, I would say in my presentation, ladies, I need you to do one extra thing for me when you're filling out that form. Up in the top, or where you can find room, please write an A and a B. And those stand for your anniversary month and your birthday month. Now, we all have a birthday, but if you don't have an anniversary, you can stick a month in there anyway. I will never know. I'm going to send you a goodie that month just for you. Okay? And so I got their, again, anniversary and their birthday. Now, what I would do is after, then I continue on with the rest of my party presentation. When I would come home and I'd be getting, I'd place my orders, all that kind of stuff, I would transfer over my customer information to an index card, and then I would file my order forms in with my Hostess folders. All right, so here is an example of how I set up the customer care card, and I did it for me so that you guys could see. Very, very simple. There's not, there's no crazy, trainings to this or anything. But what I had on here is I had my name, my address, my phone number, my email. I put a wish list on here. I did say during my presentation, you guys have heard this if you're on the 3 ways to be involved, that people that were interested in an item to write it down or put a little star next to it or whatever, that's what I transferred over here, to my wish list. And then I also had notes on here. And so when I did my customer care, I tried to keep notes that would help me to have something to talk about, really. So for me, for instance, things that helped me with customer care were knowing that I have 2 daughters, that I'm engaged to be married, and that I work from home. And here's why those things were important. If I was calling, I could say, hey, how are you? Are you excited about summertime? I know the girls are super excited. Do you have any vacations planned? Like that kind of stuff. Being engaged, have you set a date yet? We get that question all the time. But it's still something that people ask. And then also working from home. So I kind of knew if you've got somebody who maybe you write down that they're a school teacher or a banker or, something along those lines, just those kind of notes so that when you call, you can start with what the notes are. And during that call, you can add to these notes. And I had sometimes where I had notes all over the back, and that was fine. I actually had some where I stapled another one. Like I said, I take a lot of notes. But this made it, again, easier and really able to connect with my customers the more that I knew about them. Plus, it was more comfortable to be able to call and start talking about summertime or work or whatever, and then eventually get to what I wanted, which was either, of course, a sale or a booking. And then up here, I had my A, my anniversary, and my B. Okay. Now, here's what I did with this. Again, we have this filed by months, right? And I'm making this video in the month of May. So if this was my customer, the next coming up chronological event is my birthday, which is in July. So what I would do is I would file this card in the month of July, behind the July. And in June, I'm going to check all of my Julys, and I'm going to send birthday cards and anniversary cards to everybody who has an event, whatever it is, in July. Okay, send that out in June. Then I'm going to move that card up to February. Okay, so then February, in the month of January, I'm going to send to everybody in February. Then I'll move that card back to July. All right. So I only moved the card twice, and it went back and forth based on whatever was, next. So imagine if, you get a birthday card in July from somebody that you met months ago. You're like, wow, that's really, really neat. And then the next February, you get an anniversary card from your consultant. You're like, wow, she remembered my anniversary. You're not going to remember writing that stuff on there. Or, even if you do, you're still going to be impressed that you got something. And then again the next year, you get something for your birthday. Those were the two main times that I taught to, or sent something a little goodie free, and I would create something in Vistaprint, like a postcard. I had one, and I'll show that as part of this bundle. I'll show some screenshots of how I did those. I had birthdays. I had thinking of you, which sometimes I sent a thinking of you instead of an anniversary card. Just something like that. But I always, always, always did birthday. And what made this easy too is, let's say that I had a booking blitz coming up. Then I literally could just go through my box, start at January and work through my box, or start at December, whichever way I wanted to go. And I had everybody's information right here. I had their wish list. I had everything. If I had a new catalog come out, then all of my information, all I needed was my box. As long as I had the box, I could make all the calls that I wanted to. Really, really simple. Kept it all in my box, okay? Now, for those of you that are a little more techie, I've created spreadsheets that do the exact same thing. You'll see those in this product bundle. They're made with Excel, but they have a place for all of that same information, but they have the fields for birthday and for anniversary. Now, the good thing about Excel is that you can sort by the anniversary date or the birth date, find it by months and that kind of stuff. So if you are more techie, then I've created that for you guys. If you are not, though, if you want to use a standard box, I'm super excited to be offering one for giveaway. So as part of this product bundle, this is something that's brand new, you'll see the giveaway links below. I'm giving one Lucky Diva this entire set. So it'll include the box, it'll include the dividers, and it'll include a package of index cards. Woo! For you to use. There we go. Make sure you lock the box or that will happen, but you'll have that giveaway below. Now, also, if you guys, those of you who have the Diva Success System Planner, you can also do this in the back. We have pages for contacts as well. So I also did keep my information for my customers back there also, so that it was kind of at my fingertips. All right. So that is it. That is our customer care. If you have any questions, feel free to use the widget in the bottom right-hand corner of the site to ask questions, or head on over to our Facebook community and ask questions. And I will see you next week.